Today is Monday, January 5th, 2015, and I have been in beautiful paradise, Sayulita, Mexico. Show me. Kaboom. This has been my studio for a week and a half, 8 days, 9 days, something like that. I've forgotten the time. Drinking amazing margaritas made of pineapple juice, basil, and chili, and of course tequila. So today I'm going to show you my latest paintings, and I hope you enjoy. I'll try not to babble on, but to share what it is I love for you. So some of these are good, some of these aren't, but they all have something positive in them. Love it. Really playing with complementaries always. Very limited palette. I mean, pretty limited. What I have: ultramarine, cobalt blue, viridian, cad orange, cad lemon, and quinacridone. Basically my alizarin, but a little less nuked. Killer little place. These little palapas, bougainvillea everywhere, banana leaves. Let's get in on this one. I wanted to say super loose with this. Basically just mark making. I never start, all dark and work all into the lights. I try to stay in a 3-4 value system, unlike Sargent, who is amazing in his 5 value system. It's funny, how Sargent is still everyone's hero. I mean, it's just so damn good. I'm reading his biography right now, and he's just such a rock star. Everyone should read it. I recommend it if you're a painter of any sort. Very inspiring. So I was really interested in, these skylights. You see one color, and then all of a sudden the light of the sky opens up, and the transparency of the water, and the opacity of the rock, the reflected light, and then a little shot coming through. It's like, boom! And suddenly your composition is wacko. So then I went into the interior, and I think I was just so starved for some solid, pure pigment. Even though these yellows are not pure by any means, they just look pure. But this is basically a, triad. Yellow, red, and blue. Trying to push complementaries though, of course, violet, yellow, and orange, blue, which are my favorite. Get your eye rocking. But see, you just lay it out, and then all of a sudden you start really seeing the light flickering through the banana leaves, and just look how juicy this gets. Come on, baby. Big brushes. I use 6s, 8s, 12, and then every now and even these little little teeny things, I was just like, let's see how fine of a line I can get. Look at this little piece. I remember painting this light. There's all these different lights coming through, greens and blue greens and warm greens. I love this leaf on the trunk of the tree, just coming down there, right in the middle there. And it's warm, and then it's cool, and then there's a little shadow poking down. I was showing off there, right, people? So when I paint these, I don't lay in, like I said, all my darks, but I do lay in some compositional things. Like I really wanted that arrow right there in the leaf. See it right there? Right, wait for it. There, to lead you up across the frame and back down. since I put a trunk of a tree right in the middle of the place, I might as well mess with it. Anyway, I really like that one. Didn't get bitten by very few bugs this trip. I really like this one too. Looking at two of my favorites right off the bat. This guy came out, really nice guy. We had dinner with him later, but he came out and played his guitar, and we hung out and just painted and bullshitted all day. Just looking at stuff, singing Bonnie Raitt. Cousin Jane was there, and she was singing and talking about her past, playing in folk bands in Philadelphia, and I just hung out and just listened and pondered, you know. These paintings are only 6 inches by 8 inches, and with so little real estate, you can just kind of make a mark, think about it. So initially this was going to be a red-green palette, and then all of a sudden the skylight came in and the light changed because I was pondering a lot. And it got blue back there, so I decided to bring a little bit of this beautiful orange sand into the mix and create this wedge. I don't know if people look at my paintings, I talk about my little pointers a lot. I love using the frame, moving your eye around, so I create these arrows and just up and then in, back to the middle in case you've missed the center focus, and then back down with the wave. So I'm a fan of this one. I think this is going to be sweet in a little frame. I was in the American Impressionist show this year, and I'm just so blown away by. I'm not going to go down too far into this rant because I'm running out of battery juice and running out of daylight. But people paint the same stuff. But I get it. I love waves. I could paint them all day. And then you get into other stuff. So this is violet. My battery's going dead, of course. But I'll film until it's dead. These beautiful translucencies of this violet skylight, and then over the orange sand, just laying it down delicate. That's what Skip likes to use, that word, delicate. Is that a delicate passage there, Skip? You ever gonna look at this, Skip? Skip, in case you don't know Skip Whitcomb, he's my hero. I've known him for, God, over 10 years, over 15 years. Anyway, this is a really ugly composition, but what it really captures, there's some positive stuff in this. I nailed that right there. Shallow water, thin veils, and then this black sand. It's very volcanic, so there's these streaks of black sand blowing through this orange, and I really liked how the water swept up this beach. So then I was walking back up to our little amazing little place that we're staying, and spotted this and just was like, because it was right out of, you know, those paintings that Sargent did in Capri and Morocco, and his love of transparency, and he's just so great. But at the same time, you know, I'm bringing in what I love, and I love paint. I love the New York school. I mean, let's move forward 100 and something years, and no, not 100 years, not even that long, but 50 years. And suddenly in New York, they're painting, let's see, how many years? 80 years. They're painting paintings about paint. And this is just bougainvillea up the yang. Uh-oh, getting a little reckless for YouTube. But I just love the quality of this. Bougainvillea, and then these beautiful little notes. And you pull back from those little things, and it's just, I like this painting. It's a little, you know, pedestrian, as is most of my work. Alright, so we're going to end on a bang, my least favorite painting, but I'll talk about what I like about it. I like that it's got some darks, solid darks. The foreground I painted light first and just banged in my darks. Not banged them, but delicately, symphonically laid them in, and then played with the edges. Right? Sharp edge, soft edge, right? And I like some of these little abstract passages in here. It's nice, little crotch, but overall pretty abstract, very Hawaiian looking. So let's run through the elephant skull, thin veils with that bright orange there. Love it, love it. And then my rock star. Let's go in on that one again, if you don't mind. I paint water a lot. But look, I even let some of the canvas stay through there. That's fresh. Maybe that's why I like it so much. I vary my brushes, my brush strokes. I pretty much stay with the 6s, 8s, 12, and a big giant 1.5" for Home Depot chip brush. I find it ironic that you spend, $20 on a brush when you can make marks with $1.50.